Thank you very much, Drake. That was a very entertaining segment as well. Obviously, I'm here with the winners, with Mithy, with Perkz, and with Zven after making it to their fourth final in a row. Perkz, first off, obviously, you just saw all your big plays again. You must have felt really good at the end of that series, and now I'm proud of your own performance.
Well, after having such a disappointing performance last week, like I was making so many bad calls and just straight up inting in the early game. I really want to step up for today's series and play consistent and reliable. And yeah, I'm proud of my performance.
Well, the whole team stepping up. Zven, how different and how much better did it feel today after, as Perkz said, that fight versus Place, where you guys nearly lost it in the end? How different was this experience today?
I think everyone played really good. There was very few mistakes. Every mistake was more of a team mistake, not actually individual misplays like in the Spice series. I think we had too many errors mechanically and individually. So today our team play was very good, and individual play was even better today. I think everyone had mechanical play on point today, so that feels really good to like just win games because of skill as well. But like shot calling and our team play was really good too, I think.
Yeah, it was. Everything was very good. Mithy, individually, it just seemed like you guys showed up more on the day. Do you think one or two things have to do with the fact that H2K was coming in cold? They had to perform today. It was the first time taking to the stage, and that you guys already had some practice last week?
Maybe. I mean, it could actually be the case that us playing a best of 5 last week made us just think about how we are practicing a lot more during scrims and what works on stage and what doesn't, and just give us a better understanding of the meta too. So maybe that's what happened to Fnatic too, you know, that the fact that we had the opportunity to play first, maybe that was the difference.
Yeah, the two teams that played in the quarterfinals now also playing well. In the semifinals, for you specifically, you had the all-pro team, and there was a bit of a drama because a lot of people, which wasn't even your fault, they voted for you, and you got a lot of flack. So you personally wanted to say something because you did show up, especially in that last game versus Splice in that series, but in general.
I mean, it's not really that I want to say anything. I just want to remind people that you guys said I was not the best, and I will prove you all wrong again. So it's fine, you know. Like it's fun for me, but it's fun. But yeah, it's just what it is, you know. Like I'm proving it once again, and I will prove it again in the finals. It's gonna be how it's gonna be.
It's gonna be how it's gonna be. Nice, keeping a cool head, Perkz. Is it funny or?
Sorry?
Is it funny to you that you said that you were giggling the whole time?
It's really funny. Like Mithy without 2 Koreans, Hardstack second place. Mithy with 2 Koreans.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Right, a bit of banter, a lot of smiles from you guys because you guys made it to the final. There's also someone else you made very happy, and I don't want to spoil everything, but I do want to take a look at one of the final pushes you guys did. So it was pretty much done already, but you're going to push in for the final fight. So take a look at how you guys did it. I can't play by play it, but it's going well.
But Nars is hardcore smurfing.
Nars smurfing.
Nars is doing well. And then there's someone watching on the desk. Well, he made you guys get to Worlds yesterday by winning with Misfits, and you guys now made sure that Misfits is going to go to Worlds as well. So
they actually Misfits actually gave us a warm-up game this afternoon. I want to say morning, but it was actually the afternoon.
Yeah.
Morning for us. So we're actually grateful for them because they helped us be warm for our series, and even though Siva was playing support, they still like made us get warm. So that's really thank you to them, you know.
yeah, it was warm. The radiators were also on. That's nice. No, very nice of you guys. I want to take a step back and take a more serious note because obviously there was a lot to do this season, or this split rather, about our Fnatic. You know, are they going to take the throne? And then that story kind of completely went away. Zven, how different was this split for you guys? Because in Europe, you guys weren't dominating for a change, but you again showed up in this best of 5s. How was the learning experience coming into these playoffs and now getting your 4th final in a row?
Isn't it 5th final?
5th final, excuse me.
Okay, so anyways, in the start of the split, we had a bit of a slow start. We had the 3 sub situation. Then we had the problem that we played on different patch at MSI 2 weeks before that. And then there was a Rift Herald running around, and we had no idea about the patch we were playing on.
Sayarakan, oh my god.
Yeah, Sayarakan, blows. First 2 weeks, we had no idea about the champions we were supposed to play, the Rift Herald situation. And we got kind of schooled by teams like Fnatic, Misfits. We even lost to Unicorns, I think. And we had no ideas like how to draft. So the first 5, 6, 7 weeks, we're just used to like catch up to other teams, and then once we got to the later weeks, I think we started to like, you know, be good again and start to learn ourselves. And then playoffs is just playoffs.
Yeah, but it must have been a boost, though, that fifth game, and especially those final moves versus Splice, because it could have just as well gone the other way. Perkz, did you feel a mental click this week coming up into this semi-final that you thought, okay, now we got all our marbles in a row, now it's good?
Well, honestly, I was really nervous. I was really nervous going into Splice. I thought they were actually a good team, just from what I heard, and they have good individual players too, and they usually get the good grasp of the meta and strong players in every role. And also, it was my first quarterfinal, so the pressure was like immense, and I was kind of like mentally breaking down like slowly. But then I just picked it up again for Game 5. I told myself that I don't care and play no regrets. And even though we had worse draft in Game 5, like Mithy and me did some clutch plays, and then we won the series, and it felt really great. So, but I knew that I wanted to step up my gameplay for today, so I don't have to go over that again, over the feeling of like feeling like shit, you know, because I play bad.
Finally, I do also want to ask you about Febiven. We had the strong video there about how you guys kind of have a similar path. You respect each other a lot as colleagues, but today it was all on the line. Is there anything you want to say to him? Because this must be tough. Like, HK couldn't really do anything today.
I think he was the best mid in this split. Like, he played the most consistent out of everyone and always played really, really good. And today he played really good too, besides the last game. He misplayed a bit. But it's also a really annoying matchup to play. I think overall he's been the best player on H2K, and yeah, he's just really, really solid. And I wish him more luck in the Gauntlet.
Yeah, the Gauntlet, we'll talk about that in a minute because H2K will still have a big chance there. I do want to take a look at the playoff bracket, and in the end it is all filled out because you guys will be going up against Misfits in the final, which is not particularly what that many people had expected the playoffs to go. So Mithy, what do you find of Misfits as your next opponent standing in the way of yet another championship?
Honestly, I thought Fnatic was 2 times better than Misfits, at least. And I was definitely proven wrong in the semifinals, so I don't know what to expect from Misfits, honestly. It seems like they're a very good team. They 3-0, 3-1, so we have actually had a harder time than them in this like whole run. So yeah, we will see how it goes.
Really good.
They are really
they're
good.
Really good. Yeah.
Zven, is it more tricky now to prepare because you guys maybe hadn't counted on the fact that Misfits would all of a sudden make such a good run in the playoffs?
I mean, I don't think Misfits is a team that plays very like cheese stuff. Outside that one Rengar game, I don't think they play anything that's like too special from anyone else, and I don't think their players are like much better than anyone else in like Splice or HK teams. So I think it's gonna be another good best of 5. But they're obviously better than everyone else in this playoffs other than us. So it'll be an interesting series for sure. But I'm not afraid of them like necessarily. So.
How much is your mind already in Worlds, Mithy?
Discount G2. Just wanted to let it be there for Misfits to think about that for the finals. And for Worlds, yeah, we are definitely going to bootcamp and try our best this time. We have been together for 1 year and a bit longer than that, so I think this Worlds is going to be a lot different than last one. I think our MSI performance showed that we are able to adapt given the right time. What concerns me the most for Worlds is how we are going to adapt to the patch before we see other people play, because we are really good at learning the meta when we see others play and when we experience ourselves some things. But when we are cold and we don't go on stage and we just practice what we do in scrims, we usually tend to not have a good grasp of the meta. So that's what I think we will have to work on the most.
Yeah, how do you kind of avoid that? Because you can only scrim, you can't play more games on stage, you know? Is there any mechanic that you guys have to get in your own head and make sure that you're ahead of the curve before you take to the stage, Perkz?
Well, the thing that you have to do is that you have to select the champions that you're going to practice and be sure, even though maybe they're not 100% meta, you have to be really sure that you can perform on them. And if you win scrims with them, then you can win on stage too. So you should just stick to the drafts that you have played and prepared for Worlds. And then after group stages, usually the meta shapes up and the other teams, like every team starts playing around the same. Everyone like adapts. But in the first group stage, it's like there's like random champions and stuff going on. So it's gonna be hard for sure getting out of groups. But I'm confident in myself and my team this year to perform and make it out.
Yeah, best of ones are, of course, always very, very difficult. I have to ask, is anyone standing in your way of that trophy next Sunday? Well, Misfits is in the way, but are they going to beat you? Probably not.
I wouldn't say so. At least personally, I'm sure I will give. I have been trying really hard. My personal goal is to make it to Challenger before I play the finals, and then I will just carry alone. I'm sure of it.
You've been quite,
Cocky?
banterish in this. I was gonna say banterish in this interview, but it's nice. I feel like you found your groove again, and you're just happy to go on stage and play your best.
I think I'm just having fun playing on stage. I'm having fun being a professional player and like just having the opportunity to play against all these other guys who are also very good at what they do. So I'm just trying to enjoy myself and like treat everything as a one-time experience. And yeah, I'm just trying to make it as fun as possible for me, and hopefully as fun as possible for Misfits too. If we can get some grudges going on, I think the finals will be even more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Maxor probably has a couple of things to say about that
Yeah, I'm
matchup.
sure.
I think Twitter.
I'm sure Max has something to say, but I'm nothing to say to him. So.
Okay, well, I think Twitter will be on fire between now and then. One thing I do want to take a look at is the Gauntlet and how the matches will play out, because that is entirely locked in. The third place match can change nothing about that. H2K and Splice will be our very first match. The winner goes up against the Unicorns of Love, and the winner goes up against Fnatic for that spot at Worlds. And when I took a look at this, I said the same thing as you, Perkz. That is
honestly, this is really this is like the most like Gauntlets. Yeah, like it's gonna be. I can't even like see who's gonna win this stuff, because I think anyone can take it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Besides Unicorns.
I wouldn't bet money on anything there.
Nothing.
I would definitely not even try.
Well,
this is too hard to judge who's going to win.
Oh, it's super difficult, but maybe we can think of, Zven, you played H2K today, you played Splice, of course, last week. Do you think that first match, who will be able to win there? Who do you think will be able to rebound well enough to make it in that first match?
Well, I think Unicorns low-key sucks because they got 3-0 by Misfits like really, really fast. I think HK and Spice both have to play 2 best-of-5s before they play against Fnatic. So given that Unicorns are not so good right now and that the other team has to play 2 best-of-5s, I think Fnatic will win the final of the Gauntlet.
All right.
Might not be a stomp or anything, but I think they'll win that Gauntlet.
Hey, you guys are not very clear what Zven thinks that Fnatic has it.
I disagree. I think HDK or Spice will take the Gauntlet. I think the winner of the first match will destroy Unicorns, and then they will take over Fnatic and defeat them too.
2 best-of-5s can like make you a different team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's so hard to.
Yeah. Who would you think is the best third representative from Europe?
The winner of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
You guys are in a great mood.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Unicorns can pick it up. They have to have 2 weeks of scrims, I guess. So I don't know. Fnatic is, now that they changed their style, I would like for them to go to Worlds, but I would also like for Splice and H2K to go. I think if Unicorns change a little bit and become more consistent in what they do, then maybe they can be a wildcard at Worlds too. So I think every team has a good chance.
All right. If anything, we'll have to see how they can all pick it back up, the teams that got knocked out. You guys, we will see in the finals next week, Sunday in Paris versus Misfits. We'll see H2K versus Fnatic in the third place match, and that will do it here from our studio in Berlin. We get a week to cool off, and then we'll see you all back in Paris for hopefully an amazing third place match and an amazing final. See you then.